So when did you decide to pick up the mic then?
Professionally,
As far as like you waking up one day and you know put it in your brain that oh you want to pick up the mic and definitely be an artist in the future. Like when did that decision come to you?
probably around the time I moved to Landover, Maryland, and I was 15 at the time,
Okay.
15 going on 16, and I heard Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it kind of move into that environment and the his content and the music he was giving out.
Yeah.
It kind of resonated with me and resonated with just my surrounding, and I thought, oh, if there's someone like me who's doing this, I think I can try my hand at doing this as well.
Oh, okay. So that's where the influence came from.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. As far as the name, like how'd you come up with the name?
It was a
The
nickname
king.
actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The king called Pedro.
yeah, a friend of mine. No, actually, not a king called Pedro. AKP was my nickname in middle school. In middle school, a friend of mine gave it to me because he couldn't uh he couldn't decide on whether to call me by my last name, which is Pedro,
Okay.
or my first name, which is Akiola.
Okay.
So he just kind of like bunched them all up together and just took the first two letters from my first name and the first letter of my last name.
Because when I was I think when I checked your Instagram, it says something like I think from Nigeria, right? Your pops from Nigeria and then
Yeah, both my
Brazil.
parents are from Nigeria.
So where is it?
My both my parents are from Nigeria, but my father, his ancestors were Afro-Brazilian slaves.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
all right. So I was trying to see exactly where that Brazilian kind of
yeah,
ancestry,
that's where it
came
comes
into
from.
play.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So like you probably think because the slave were taken from Africa to Brazil though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So all right, I see the connection there. So let's talk about the actual creative process now.
Yeah.
Like where do you get the inspiration from when creating?
In what terms?
Like when writing your lyrics and all of that. Like what are the topics you usually talk about?
I try to be honest. I think that's my strong suit when it comes to my creative process in writing or making music. I
Mm-hmm.
just try to say whatever feels right
Mm-hmm.
and it's not, I guess, too negative. That doesn't influence a person the wrong way.
Yeah.
So every time I'm going into an idea, I just try to make sure that I'm being honest and telling my side of my story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you have to narrow it down a little bit, like what are the topics you talk about a lot? Like the pain, the struggle, the money, the women, like
Pretty much pretty much anything that deals with life. But
because when I was listening to your music, you talking about we want the finer things and
yeah,
all of that. So
that's definitely
what is that? You know, as far as that song, for
traffic
example,
jam.
right? Yeah. What is the main idea behind it?
Well, traffic jam is based off of it's traffic jam is on surrealism, my recent project that
Yeah.
came out this year. It's based off of an idea that I got, and I wanted to talk about life, but I wanted to make it in a sense where um, I'm kind of like grieving over the fact of how life doesn't go your way.
Oh, okay. I see.
So I broke it down to five stages, which is the stages of grief.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the denial, anger, bargain, depression, and happy acceptance.
Okay.
So traffic jam is bargain.
All right.
So the whole point of the whole like the I guess the lust for the luxuries in life, that's where that comes from. It's like you wanting to trade you get to this point where you want to trade everything that you don't have now with that luxury
Okay.
in order to, be, I guess, quote unquote happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So writing, like, how is that process for you? Like, do you like to isolate yourself, or it don't matter where you are, you can, create, be in your creative mode, and put down idea at any time.
I think I think sometimes I do like to be isolated, but I've I don't know. I feel like I've been writing for so long that in any given moment when an opportunity is given,
Yeah.
I take advantage of it and exploit it the best way I can.
So you go with the flow, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so as far as the recording process, right? How do you go by, selecting the beat, or do you write a lot? So do you listen to the beat and then match it up with the word, or you create sometime listening to the beat and writing, or how is that process?
Yeah, I jot down ideas first and foremost. Then from there, I come up with my titles
Yeah.
of what I want to like create in terms of body of work. Then I start collecting the production and start listening to different kinds of music and
Yeah.
figure out what my direction is going to be. Then after that, I just record reference tracks over those productions that I like, and when I feel like I have a good enough idea that might work,
Yeah.
and is able to be shared to the public, I go on and start the actual final recording process.
Okay, so what do you like to have around you to create that masterpiece in the studio?
In the studio, nothing at all.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm straight edge. I don't drink. I don't smoke.
okay.
I this is a job for me. So it's like how any employee would going into work. They don't expect you. They don't want you to go into work
Like
drunk
drunk.
or high or anything,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I take that same approach.
So
with
no
music.
vice at all.
Not at all.